Good evening, good evening, good evening. From the Channel 9 studio, this is Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I am he, Mr. 33. And as we do every Monday, we're going to recap exactly what's going on Monday Night Raw. And this night is no different. So we started off the show, well, they started off the show with Brock Lesnar coming down to the ring with Paul Heyman. Um, According to Paul Heyman, Obafemi lucked up because Brock had to fight a bunch of masked men. He had to he had to take out half of those guys, and then Obafemi came in and got lucky. So he felt like he was being overhyped and things like that. So as uh, Paul and Brock get ready to finish the segment, the lights go out, and we see our guy marching down with his music, and when he finally gets to the ring, we see Brock kicks him in the gut, gets him in the position for the F5. Obafemi goes through the from behind. He drops down. He clothesline Brock out the ring. Brock is in amazement. Like he keeps underestimating them. Ober's talking smack while he's down on the floor. Paul's like, listen, we got him in Mania. Don't worry about it. We got him in Mania. We got him in Mania. Brock is like, you a lucky boy. You know what I mean? Like, so he's sitting there in amazement because Ober keeps getting the upper hand on him. So he starts to smile and walking backwards, facing Ober, of course, and letting him know I'll be back. Shout out to Brock Lesnar with his new T-shirt, the FAF5. Paul Heyman's marketing genius can never be underestimated as far as that. So, but Brock got some real work to do. The first match was actually a non-title match between the Usos and the Vision. Jimmy and Jay versus I'm gonna say Grayson Waller, A-Town Down, and Logan Paul. Uh, Match was going back and forth. 1 minute the Usos got it, then the Vision got it. Back and forth they go. No real, like I said, no real advantage until we get towards the end of the match. Logan Paul slides in. He puts his hand in his pocket, so to speak. Jeremiah Duran, what's going on with you? And he gets the brass knuckles. Then all of a sudden we see LA Knight come through, handle Logan Paul, almost called him Jake Paul, and slide the brass knuckles into the ring where Jay gets it. Jay gets it as Austin Theory's sitting there arguing with glad to hear as Logan Austin Theory arguing with LA Knight. Then Jay hits him with the knuckles, fall down. Referee catches it all. Gets the disqualification. Then Jay is going after Logan Paul. This is Crash Out Jay Uso. Jay Uso, hey yo, realist, what's going on with you? So Jay Uso's crashing out, knocking people out with brass knuckles and things like that. So the result was a disqualification. The Vision gets the victory over the Usos via disqualification. Same to you, Jeremiah. God bless you as well. So we see Jay is determined to crash out, and he's not even entertaining Jay no more. This ain't the Geek Man as he was a couple of weeks ago. I'm telling y'all something going on with him, right? And I'll explain that at the end of the story as well. But he's doing less yeeting, and Jimmy has to really talk him off the ledge. So that's the power of brothers, I guess, twin brothers at that. They get to talk them off the ledge. So they go in the back. Becky Lynch comes out. Uh, Becky talking about everybody's talking about her. Appreciate you, Jeremiah. Appreciate you. Thank you for the comment. Um, AJ, I mean Becky's out there antagonizing AJ like the last time you was out here, you know, you disappeared. The last time you was at WrestleMania, you lost and you ran out of here. That was 11 years ago. Now you want to show up, and AJ like, all right, whatever. So we can do this at Mania. You know what I mean? And Becky's like, I'm cool with that. All you gonna do is run away again. So I'm paraphrasing, of course, the segment, but so you playing right into my. Becky's like, you playing into my hands because I'm the queen of this thing. I tore up the Divas division, and I made a whole new. I made a whole new thing, right? I got rid of the Divas. I'm queen. I was the queen of the other division, the era as well. And you just came and disappeared. So this ain't nothing. I'm gonna beat you and send your ass back home. Well, she ain't say send your ass back home, but I'm gonna send you back home. And they're like, all right, well, we're gonna see at WrestleMania. So that is the new match that was added to the card. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the belt. Uh, so she like Becky said, I murdered the Divas. I don't see. This is when I thought the Bellas was gonna come out. You murdered what? You trash, but they ain't come out. So they had a little history cause. Uh, still in the back, Jay sitting there going crazy like, yo, I'm about to really hurt this dude. He really wild. Like Jay's losing his mind backstage while all of this is happening. Then we had a Javon Evans match. Y'all know that's my guy. I love the hell out of Javon. Yeah, she could be annoying, realist. She definitely can be. Javon versus Grayson Waller. Uh, great. Javon, he starts off, high flying stuff like that. Grayson Waller looking like he can't hold him down. Then Grayson Waller gets the advantage. Then he hits Grayson Waller with a Hurricane Rana off the top rope, and then he hit him with the OG cutter after the Hurricane Rana up the top rope. Gets the 3 count. Javon Evans gets that win. Then after that, Kofi Kingston is in the back telling Waller like he wasn't going, he wasn't trying to interfere, even though he did interfere, but it wasn't enough to get him distracted. Uh, you know, trying to coach Grayson Waller up, but Javon Evans with another impressive win. Let me tell y'all something, man. When you 21, 22 years old, man, you high flying like that, man. The sky's the limit with you, man. All you gotta do is keep your health, and they're gonna do some things with Javon Evans. I don't know if he'll ever be a world champion, but I know he gonna have one of those mid card belts. He gonna have an intercontinental belt. He gonna have maybe a tag belt. Well, he's definitely gonna have a tag belt. He's just gonna have to find somebody to tag with. It's not gonna be hard for him to get a tag team partner, but like I said, that young man is impressive, man. Maybe I'm in awe because he's 21 and I'm having, the what if I was 21 doing all of that. Maybe that's it. But he wears that 21 well. He's a high flyer. Listen, if there's kids 18 to 24 watching Javon Evans, don't be surprised they trying to do those type of stunts at the house, right? The OG cutter, the Hurricane Riders, all of these stuff, the jumping out the ring over the top rope, clearing it with about 2 feet. Javon Evans is that guy. When I tell you he's that guy, he's that guy. He's a hell of an athlete. Uh, then in the back, Adam Pearce tells Paul Heyman, excuse me, you can't leave. He's like, I'm out of here. Brock's not here. My tag team just wrestled. We out of here. And this is after he books a match for well, he may have booked a match for Madison Square Garden for the belt for the Vision versus the Usos. He like, you actually speak to Seth, so you gotta go out there and speak to Seth. So Paul Heyman goes out there. He like, listen, man, I'm out here by myself. Um, Brock left because he's upset. Bronson Reed ain't coming back no time soon. Braun Breaker ain't coming back no time soon. Logan Paul he halfway conscious after getting knocked out, and Austin Theory was halfway knocked out. So he like, listen, Seth, you gonna come out here? Just come on out here. Uh, Seth, Seth try to make the appearance. The police comes out there. Uh, uh, he started talking about Becky and the kids and stuff like that. Uh, he snuffed Paul Heyman, and then he gets locked up because the police escort was waiting for him as Paul Heyman set him up for that situation. So so Seth is supposed to be locked up right now. You know, when you got a lot of anger in you, man, you feel betrayed. Nobody blames Seth Rollins for doing what he did. You know what I mean? Like, he started a group. You know, the group kicked him out, even though we know it was him getting injured. But they kicked him out, and he can't get his hands on the people that really betrayed him. So he wanted to get his hands on Paul Heyman. So Paul Heyman just had the police around him so he can get locked up. And that's a little quote unquote fake thing that they just did as far as Seth getting locked up. Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria. Bailey and Lyra versus the Kabuki Warriors. Uh, we see Asuka and Kairi Sane working on Lyra. Bailey gets the hot tag. Bailey comes excuse me, Bailey is getting attacked, and then Lyra comes in and cleans house. They get a couple pinfalls. that he said, I don't want to fight him, realist. He said, I don't want to fight him. I'm gonna get my ass whooped, so I ain't gonna fight him. But it's going. I don't know, man. I'm thinking that they're gonna bring somebody in. I can't call it per se. Like, I just see somebody sneaking in to get at Seth Rollins. I don't know which one of them is gonna come back, if any of them. I don't think they recruited a new person yet. But I think one of them coming back. I want to say Bronson Reed, but I don't know. I can't guess. But I know somebody get ready to come back to get him, because Paul Heyman's hands is going to be full. Even if they give the Vision a tag match at Mania, they will be spread thin. Then he's going to go out there with Brock and Oba. They may spread that thin, and then he's just going to be out there looking real tired and stuff. So that's a possibility, but it's a highly unlikely possibility, because they know Paul ain't gonna they know Paul Heyman ain't beating no Seth Rollins unless somebody comes in, and I don't think Seth Rollins is ready to drop. Tay, what's going on with you? What's up, Nine? How you feeling? So that would be highly unlikely that Paul Heyman will face the manager, will face the actual athlete. So we got Bailey hitting the Bailey on Asuka through a table. Then she do the elbow. She tried to do the elbow drop. Kyrie blocks it. Then Lyra Valkyria hits the Nightwing, and she pins Kyrie, gets the 3 count. So the Lyra and them get a win, and then after that they have a interview. Bailey telling Nia Jackson, Lash Legend, they want a tag team title bout at Madison Square Garden. So that might be 2 matches that we already have established, and both will be for the tag titles, both men and women. So that's a possibility. We'll wait to see if they make it official by Friday. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going on with Kyrie Sane and Oscar. I think Oscar's gonna have a match, and then she's gonna turn on Kyrie Sane, and then they may have a one-on-one match, or that happens at Mania that Oscar betrays Kyrie Sane. Uh, then we had the Intercontinental belt between Penta and Dirty Dom. Uh, Dom had his crew with him, the Judgment Day. Uh, but as soon as that happened, Stephanie goes after Liv Morgan. Uh, they've been beefing for the past couple of weeks. As Liv takes on Stephanie at Mania for the championship. So Liv is out of the way. Uh, then as the match continues to proceed, uh, Dom hits Penta. He attacks Penta as the announcements are going through. Uh, Dom takes advantage of that for the most part of the match. Then he tried to do the frog splash, but all of a sudden he's going to the ropes to do it, and Finn Balor music comes, and then he tried to get JD to go out there and find him. JD, as he doing all that, Penta rolled him up and got a little a 3 count to win the match. So Finn Balor actually, you know, comes to interfere and gives Penta the win, and then after that, Finn Balor attacks Dirty Dom, and then he gets off on JD, and then he ends the segment by them getting up out of there. He's standing in the ring, you know, like I whooped y'all asses. And then in the back we see EO talking to Kyrie, you know, like, I'm still want to be your homie, but Oscar, they about to go at it. So I think, like I said, that may be a match. Kyrie and Oscar, and then like I said, Oscar and EO, and then Kyrie chooses them, and then figures it out. It's time to get he gotta get that that music back, get himself hype. I agree. Like if he's gonna be an individual, you gotta let him be that individual. Um, you know what I mean? Like he gotta find his way back. He ain't been the same since he joined that group. You know what I mean? Every once in a while he play that music, but for the longest time though, that they've been holding him back from that old Finn Balor, the one that was the original world champion, or the universal champion as the belt used to be called. So we might get a Dirty Dom and Finn Balor match at Mania. I'm guessing, but like I said, that's only a guess. We only know one match has been added to the card so far, and that's for the women's Intercontinental belt. But as you see, they starting to make storylines to where these matches will possibly come up, as far as you know, the uh the EO versus Oscar possibly. They may give Javon Evans a match with Kofi. I don't know. But you're starting to see the storyline starting to develop. I ain't see Danhausen there this week, so that was kind of, it's kind of different. Then Punk comes out to the ring. Uh, but before he gets to the ring, Jimmy tells him, like, listen, man, my brother's out here ready to put hands on you, man. I need you to be easy with that. So Punk goes out there anyway, and he started talking about Roman calling the man old, and he's not ashamed of his age, and then he said he gonna fight everyone. He gonna fight everybody that tried to fight him. They lost. He lost. He beat Gunther. He beat Jay. So when he say he beat Jay, he's like, "What are you gonna do to me? Yeet me to death?" And I'm like, "Damn, this nigga crazy, man." Punk over there started. He adding fuel to the fire for no damn reason. So Jay comes out there. He's like, "Listen, man, run it back then, with your old ass." And he's like, "All right, well, let's run it back. I'm a fighting champion. I ain't dressed, but let's go ahead and do this thing." Jimmy comes out there like, listen, man, you doing too much. Why are you out here? And Punk like, why are you out here? He's like, yo, Punk, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Jim. I'm talking to Jay. So Jay is like, yo, man, this nigga keep disrespecting the family, man. I ain't down with this shit, man. You know, this little punk ass dude, man. I'm ready to snap on him. And he's like, nah, let Roman. He's like, let the OTC handle him. We got other things to worry about. We got the belts, right? We lost. We lost tonight. Now we got to fight next week for the belt. Man, fuck that belt. Well, he ain't say fuck the belt. He said, I ain't worried about no tag team belt right now. I'm tired of this dude walking around here disrespecting the family. You know what I mean? And y'all already know there's a lot of us that was feeling the same way. Like, man, you can't just talk about these people's family like that. And so he's like, well, he's like, look, you keep talking about Roman. Roman's not out here. He's like, yeah, where's Roman? So when he said, where's Roman? Roman music comes on. He comes out there. Uh, he gets out there. He says, yo, listen, man. Y'all had a match, right? He's like, yeah. And y'all lost the match, right? And he's like, yeah, the match is over, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm going to say this as politely as possible, but not too disrespectfully. Y'all get the hell up out of here. So he left. Well, he ain't leave. Jay like, man, fuck that. I'm ready to go. So Jay rushes Punk. Jay gets punched in the face. Jimmy tries to stop the fight, stop them from going at it. Punk turns his attention to Jimmy. Roman Superman punches him. Uh, he drops him real quick. Here comes the security and everybody. Yo, stop, stop, stop. Jay up there trying to climb the rope. Like, yo, we need to get this dude, man. Like, we really need to get this dude. Then he said, wait a minute, hold up. Hey, Joe, you know what to do. Joe smashed that dude. As soon as he said Joe smashed that dude, Roman went back in the ring. He speared him. He kicked him out the ring, literally like he was like trash. He kicked him out the ring. Then he threw him into the post a couple of times. Then he did the shield power bomb, moved that old move, dropped him through the table. He's like, all right, you think this is bothering me? And he just started punching him in his face. CM Punk is sitting there laughing. Roman just leaving the building. Like, yeah, like he's sick of this dude. Like, you think your words are hurting me now? Do you think they're hurting me? And Punk is sitting there laughing. So that's how the show ended. It like I said, this is the stuff this is the reason why the entertainment part in sports entertainment is where it's at right now. Like, no disrespect to AEW, TNA, or those guys. You can't make this. You can't put something on TV like this. If AEW was to put the time into it to where they can have storytelling like they're wrestling, like there's more wrestling on AEW, right? They just don't have the storyline to keep you interested. They don't tell the stories like this, right? When you see Roman Reigns in the building, hey, I gotta listen to what he's talking about. When you see Punk and Roman Reigns, you got, yo, I need to watch this, right? And then you watching it. They do, but even with Brock, right? It's just about the old and the new. That's why we looking at Punk like, Punk, you old. That's why when he said you was old, when he told Punk he was old last week, he got offended. But you can see Brock is looking old. He can't like literally he couldn't hold Obafemi in the F5 position. Oban snuck out of there. Zing Zang, how you feeling? Yeah, he couldn't hold Obafemi in the F5 position. Or Oba got out of it and clotheslined him, and he clotheslined him to where he hit the barricade. Like, he fell out, but he bounced to the barricade. So, when you get these OG vets and things like that, we know Rock's been there since the early 2000s, right? We know Punk been there since like, the Nexus days. That's like 2010, 2011. Um, but now, they got these young guns. They got these younger, stronger guys. I'm talking about now both Oba for Brock and Roman for Punk. And they like I said, what up though, my 33 brother in the building. So when you got these guys coming in, and Roman getting sick and tired of this man talking like he crazy. So he, like I said, he powerbombed him like he was on the shield, but he just did it by himself, slammed it through. Yeah, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's still in TNA though. Zing Zang. I hope I'm saying his name right. He's in TNA with his brothers. They still fighting. As a matter of fact, they tag team champs in TNA. So you might have to check them out on Thursday nights on TNA. Um, so Roman just like, yo, I'm just like, I want to handle this by myself. There you go. He said Brock's selling the hell out of the storyline. He is, and that's what I'm saying. He's playing like the old man role. You see what I'm saying? He playing like the old man role. That's what I was just saying before I spoke to Zing Zang, right? When Roman made the old comment, I thought about Brock like, damn, they got Oba really trying to really destroy this dude. Like they made Brock look like he couldn't hold the F5 position. Like that was too much weight on his shoulder. And we know Brock, he's slamming Big Show. So if he's slamming Big Show, what the hell he hesitating with what the hell he knowing about why is he struggling with over family? Big Show 4 and some change. But then again, we know that was like 15 years ago. You see what I'm saying? Like 2006, 2007. Oh, damn, 20 years ago. Shit. I said 2006, 2007. That's 20 years. I'm thinking like, just don't mind me, y'all. But yeah, he slamming him. He power bombing he F5 and Undertaker, Big Show, Kane, Mark Henry. Now he's struggling with over family. That's the 20 years in, and that's what I'm saying. Me personally, I'm starting to see it like this, and maybe I might be delusional, right? He gonna fight Brock. He gonna fight Oba. Oba's gonna win, and then I think he's gonna fight Gunther, and Gunther's gonna retire his ass. I really see that, but that's gonna be like a Survivor Series type thing. You know what I mean? Like Oba might fight him at SummerSlam. Well, Oba might fight him at SummerSlam, and then they get the Survivor Series. He want one more match. Gunther gets the match and retires him. So that's what That's what it's looking like to me, right? What do you say? Still not sold. What do you say? Still not sold until they get rid of the damn. Really, that shit really bothers. Really said I can't stand that damn marching. That it it can seem a little stereotypical, right? Somebody from that. Excuse me. I don't even know where Oprah's supposed to be from, but marching like he one of those little soldier type dudes and things like that. So it can be a little stirred. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. I'll be rolling weak. And then it's crazy because soon as they call for him, like they be like, oh, but and he'll just start marching like, damn, he got to do that shit now because they calling for it. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit crazy. It wasn't because he couldn't hold him over just with. No, I seen that too. But what I'm saying is they trying to sell the fact that it's old versus new. You see what I'm saying? Because even when you look at how Oba comes out like Brock. Like just pay attention when the pyro go off, and look at how Brock comes out. It's the same thing. So it's like old versus young. I don't want to go take it the other way because I ain't I don't think it's that. But you know, cause he had him, but it's like he was trying to struggle before he was kicking him. But like I said, like you said, Brock is selling the hell out of this thing. Like, yo, this dude he's kind of quick and he's big and quick, so I can't really contain him. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying this is like the old Brock, cause I don't care who could have did what 20 years ago. That would have never happened. You sliding out, nah. Not, yeah, you might be realist. I mean, well, you the only one here because I think some people say it like online. They be like, "Yo, what the hell is the marching for?" But when you really like think about it, it's like because he was doing that in NXT too. So I guess they just said take it up to the main roster with you. So he did that. So I'm not really too upset with it. But that's why. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. NXT ain't really nothing to watch right now. So this it ain't nothing really to watch. So I can't tell you to go ahead and watch these people, right? Like you still got Soul Ruka, maybe Jada Parker's on her way up. Just watch them and see if they come back. They come with the same like repertoire, the same attire, the same like attitude going to the ring. Cause that's his thing. Like Trick Williams, he brought that straight from NXT. Javon Evans, he was just a young flyer, right? Mello, he was just arrogant. He still himself. He was just arrogant because he's playing a role. He's just confident now because even when he wasn't winning, he was still an arrogant dude. So they just transfer all of that from NXT to WWE. So I think the marching is something they just said, yo, just take that with you, man, because that's how they recognize you from NXT. We're just sending you up to the big leagues. Just take that with you. He said the best part I be doing that. You doing that? What? When my wife called me. Oh, he talked about the marching. He be watching. You marching the kids like, yo, there go this crazy dad of mine. He about to do something silly. We gotta go hide. Look, we cleaned up our room, Dad. But that's what. Listen, man. It's 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 work realist. Like as much as we could dislike it, right? The gimmick is working. He got the whole crowd calling for him. Oh, but you know what I mean? And they calling for him. They calling for him. They calling for him. So you know it's working. You know what I mean? He said Over comes out. Triple H March is his spin on the Ric Flair shuffle. Oh, oh, okay. He said that's why he do it. Oh, I ain't even know that. I did not know that. But if that's why he coming out like that, then I mean, that's not no Ric Flair shuffle. I tell you that. First of all, he too stiff to be doing some Ric Flair shuffle. But but it's working. Whatever it is, it's working. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the kids is doing it. The crowd is into it. Like, okay, here he come. Like, I don't remember. Listen, I feel like this is like a Goldberg moment. Like they just got him being that dominant. The only difference is Goldberg didn't have that real match. Like this is like we saw what happened with Oba fought Rusev. That would have been like a Hugh Morris back in the days, or one of the or Scott Norton versus Goldberg like 30 years ago. So I understand that, but now that Brock is it, like this is like the first main match for him, right? And that's why I just feel like like I said, I think he gonna win, and then Brock is gonna retire, and Gunther gonna retire his ass. He said once the kids start doing it, they, and that's what I'm saying. That momentum, and then you got and it's crazy because you got the little kids, as he coming down the aisle, and they be right on the gates and the barricades, like, oh, over, we believe in you, over, yeah. They start doing it, like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this look like some March of the Wooden Soldier type thing. I don't even know if people know what that is, but that's another story for another day. He said it's the African way to do the Ric Flair show. Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, but when you have that old versus new, like I said, even with Roman called Punk old, it's like because he said I'm gonna retire you and I'm gonna make you go to NXT and work on the kids in NXT. Then you send them to me and I'm gonna smash them. And that's what I think Over feel like is getting ready to happen with Brock. It's like, I'm young, I'm gonna tear your ass up, and Brock like, nah, I'm old, but I'm gonna wait till I get myself together. I'm gonna fuck you up. So that, like I said, those are the matches that's gonna be intriguing. I ain't never gonna be able to look past it though. I get it, the realist. I trust me, I get it. I do. But they, like I said, I think he gonna stop that sooner or later though. Uh, the little white boy was doing it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it's like these people. Like it's people gravitating to this march. It's people gravitating to him. So he's doing it. Roman is old, but Punk is older. But they just gravitating to Oberfemi. You know what I mean? You got the kids in this thing doing that now. If I see some kids come out with some beads on their bicep and trying to get some dreads, then I'm like, nah, they doing too much. They gotta stop this shit, right? Like that would be way too much. But just the fact that they shout out to Brock because he's really making this match look like it's gonna be one sided. I know it's not gonna be one sided because it's Brock, but he's really making this thing, excuse me, look one sided. Like Opus is gonna have his way and do what the hell he wants to him, and that's a lot. That's a lot for people to believe. Like the younger kids is gonna believe that. Like the little kids that are doing the walk march, they gonna believe that. Like, oh my God, Brock can't. This dude can't beat him. He is selling it, and that's why this match is gonna be. I think this match is gonna be 15, 20 minutes. I just want to see what Oba could do with 15 and 20 minutes because he still hasn't been like handled. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't been put on his ass too tough. So like he ain't been punched in the face. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So we gotta see what happens. I think Brock is the one to do it. It might go 15 minutes, but we gotta see how Oba takes it. They can't help it. They love him. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. It's like I said, it's a lot to take in. Uh, the fact, like I said, the fact that they they trying to sell how dominant Oba could be against Brock is like, wow, that's crazy. Y'all better leave this man. Leave. don't get really started. Worry, he gonna really think this is he gonna go ahead with it, and and like I said, I get it, but it's just like, yo, that's crazy because I think when he do that, I still, it's crazy. I don't know if y'all remember who Kamala was. It reminds me of that because Kamala, he'll walk to the ring like not like a march, but he'll walk like that with the Ugandan mask and all of that others. I'm like, yo, I thought about that for a hot second. Maybe I'm over analyzing. Maybe I'm old schooling it at the same time. But I definitely thought about that. That's why I'm like, but this ain't Vince McMahon, so y'all would have to talk to Triple H about that shit. And y'all know I'm still mad at Triple H for how he talked to Booker T back in the days, calling that nigga all type of boy and go fetch my belt. I'm like, yo, he was wilding when he did that. The little fool ain't even have the right rhythm, but they don't be care about no rhythm. You see, that's how disco got here. They ain't had no rhythm of disco. They couldn't get to the real club, so they had to do disco. So that's why it's where it's at. But listen, Oba's hot. Like there's no other way to put this. Oba's hot. The way he's dominating the scene, the way he came in and annihilated those couple of guys, whether it's Johnny Gargano or what's his name, Kit Wilson, or one of those guys. He's dominating, and now he's getting ready to get put to the test in a month. WrestleMania is right here though, so we gonna get to see if that happens. Apollo Crews tried to be African. Yeah, and you know who was on that crew? He was trying to be that, and Trick Williams was like one of his security guards or bodyguards or something like that. Like this was like 10 years ago. I think it was like 2015, some shit like that. But that's what I'm saying. You be shocked to see. You'd be shocked to see who's coming in to play and who's coming in from those type of things. Just like L.A. Knight was security a few years ago. Now he's mid card. You know what I mean? So just you see security. Just remember the security and see if you see any of those guys later on. Just remember they may have came from security. You know what I mean? Yeah, he handled both of them by himself, and that's what I'm saying. That's something that Brock would do with no problem. Brock would have ran through like the way he ran through the security, the mask people was the same way, right? He ran through those little 5, 6 masked dudes to get up there to Seth, and then we see Oba doing that to the War Raiders. We see Oba doing it to Kit Wilson. We saw what he did to Rusev. You know what I mean? What do you say? don't say, don't give him no ammunition with that. He look like but yeah, that was Apollo Crews back in the days. Try to be like Supreme Ruler or something like that. I forgot the name of the actual gimmick he was trying to run. Excuse me, but it's like I said, they just listen. They gonna ride that momentum till they can't ride it no more. So, like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do after Brock, or how they gonna manage to maintain over Femi then. Are they gonna say that it's time for him to wrestle for a title? Are they gonna put? They can't put him in a tag team. It just don't make no sense. It's gonna be hard for him to be tagged up. There's no way in the world. Uh, it's gonna be difficult. So we have to sit back and watch how they do this. But they really gonna rev that match up. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a match before any one of the main events. Unless Brock want to do it early so he can leave the stadium and go home and do whatever. But the way they settled it'd probably be like the match before one of the main events. I don't know if it's gonna be before Roman and Punk, or Cody and Randy. But Randy put in some work too. But that we'll talk about Randy on Friday because you know he started to do the things. Right? They probably should have saved that power bomb spot for Mania. Oh no, he gonna get that in. The fall from grace, he gonna get that in. Realistic. I don't care what's gonna happen. I'm waiting for him to kick out of the F5. He gonna kick out of the F5, and Brock like, you know what? I fucking quit. I ain't wrestling no more. I can see Brock be like, nah, y'all tripping now. Y'all got this man kicking out of my F5 like he like that. He ain't like that. So it's like I said, it's gonna be a little bit different you know, heading into next month. So like I said, we all on standby. Once again, they added another match. This is gonna be Becky and AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Belt. So now we have a sixth match for Mania. We do got the tag titles up for grabs next week on Raw, both men and women. As Division will be facing the Usos and Nia Jax and Lash Legend, the Immovable Forces will be facing Lyra and Bailey at the Garden next week on Raw. So that's just that's the gist of that. It was all in all, it was a great ending to the show. A good beginning. And the matches was the matches. I didn't expect Dom to win because Dom is cursed. So I keep forgetting he was cursed, so he can't be winning nothing because Danhausen cursed him like a month or 3 weeks ago. So Dom is about to go on a losing streak. He probably bring it to the whole Judgment Day. They ain't gonna win nothing either. Uh, Penta put on a good match. Javon Evans, he did what he had to do against Grayson Waller. Excuse me. The woman tag match. Like I said, I don't know if I'm starting to think that Io and Oscar's gonna fight, and Kyrie gonna leave with Io because there's no more Rhea there for Io, so she gonna need her buddy back, which is Kyrie. No more Kyrie. Ain't gonna be that. So this thing started to look a little bit interesting as far as we build to Mania. Like I said, it probably make a couple more matches just to fill out the 2 nights for Mania. We just gotta wait till Friday to see what happens on SmackDown. SmackDown gonna be interesting because they had to finish that conversation with Tama Tonga and Solo. I think Tama Tonga gonna leave, or he gonna have his own group, or he gonna put Solo out the group, or whatever he get ready to do. But Tama Tonga is like, yo, you starting to act like Roman. Everybody's starting to act like Roman when when things don't go right. I guess that's what they said about Jay. They said it again about Jay tonight, and then they said it last Friday about Solo, and that's when Jacob and Drew started fighting at the gate. So we have to wait till Friday. But like I said, as far as tonight's Raw, it was. Listen, I was here for it. I even understood a lot of it, right? So, like I said, it's opening things up. We starting to have a storyline. We starting to make some matches for WrestleMania. So that's the best part about it. Going forward. Now we have some NBA scores on in the other worlds as well. In other sports news, we got some NBA scores. I feel like they could have done much better with Solo. Well, they did in the beginning with the new bloodline. Solo and Jacob and the Thomas. Uh, I think they did a hell of a job. The fact of the matter was when Roman beat them, it was like, what we gonna do with them? And then they even gave Solo the U.S. belt, and then took it from him, Jacob, and then they were just floundering, and now they're gonna flounder a little bit more because they don't have the belt one, and then this Wyatt Six thing ain't gonna look no good. It's not. They didn't set that up right. So that's why they got Tama Tonga looking at the U.S. belt when Dragunov had it. He was eyeing him down and stuff like that. Like, I'm ready to fight for the belt and this, that, and the third. And like Solo, like, nah, stay focused on what we got going on over here. Stay focused on the tag title. Stay focused on the on the lantern. So we can go ahead and keep the Wyatt Six off our back. Now that all of this stuff is going away, he even told him last Friday, like, yo, why don't you just give him the thing back? This is like holding us back. You know what I mean? And then when he said, yo, you starting to act like Roman, Solo said, what you say to me? So, we got to stay tuned for that as far as, that situation with the MFT. They may be imploding in front of our very eyes. We had 10 games tonight in the NBA and other sporting news. Let's quickly go over those scores. Wait, I ain't. Yeah, damn lantern, right. They going crazy over lantern like they're supposed to hold it down. Like, y'all tripping with that. Uh, let's go ahead and look at these scores real quick. Oh no, what y'all doing? I said scores. I ain't say schedule. Wow, Golden State is in overtime. We'll start at Orlando. The Magic host the Pacers. The Pacers get a 128 to 126 win. With the win, the Pacers go to 16-56. The Magic is 38-33. In Miami, the Spurs came to visit the Heat. The Spurs with a 136 to 111 win. With the win, the Spurs go to 54-18, pretty much locking up a playoff spot. And the Magic with the loss goes to 38-34. In Detroit, the Pistons hosted the Lakers. The Pistons 113, the Lakers 110. That stops their 9-game winning streak for the Lakers. With the win, Detroit adds to their lead 52-19, and the Lakers' loss gives them 46-26. Philly hosted the Thunder. The Thunder with a 123-103 win. With that win, the Thunder go to 57-15. Plus, they add on to their 12-game winning streak or their 11-game winning streak. So now it's at 12. The Sixers go to 39-33, which is damn near playing material. At Atlanta, the Hawks host the Grizzlies. The Hawks with a 146-107 win. With the win, the Hawks go to 40-32. The Grizzlies go to 24-47 with the loss. In Chicago, the Rockets came to play the Bulls in Chicago. The Bulls get a 132-124 win. The Bulls go to 29-42. The Rockets go to 43-28 with the loss. In Utah, the Raptors came to visit the Jazz. The Jazz would lose the game 127-143 with the win. The Raptors go to 40-31 with the loss. The Jazz go to 21-51. Now we got some active games. In the fourth quarter with just over 11 minutes to go, the Clippers are up 112-70. With 4:21 to go in Portland, the Trailblazers 118, the Brooklyn Nets 86. And in overtime with just under a minute to go, the Mavs hosting the Warriors. The Warriors with a 136-131 lead. Those are the scores that's going on in the NBA. We'll quickly shift over to the bracket for the women's NCAA, which is now at 16. We see UConn will be playing North Carolina on Friday as they get to the Sweet 16. Vanderbilt will play Notre Dame on Friday as well. And the top bracket, on the bottom bracket, is South Carolina versus Oklahoma. Dawn Staley is continuing to march on. They'll play Saturday. And TCU with Olivia Miles will be hosting the Virginia Cavaliers, who is the lowest seed, and they started from the play-in. The play-in was the first four in, so they've been playing since like last week, but they are in the Sweet 16. They will be facing Virginia on Saturday. Louisville will be facing Michigan on Saturday as well. The Texas Longhorns will be facing Kentucky on Saturday. And that's the bottom bracket. And then we got LSU and Duke Friday. And Minnesota versus UCLA on Friday as well. So that's the brackets for the women. We went over the bracket with the men. The men are literally getting ready to play Thursday and Friday to get down to 8. And then the Final Four will be the weekend after that. So that's the scores in the bracket. The look at the brackets. They was brought to you by the 9%, where better you is a better us. And of course, the realest one who always tells us to always act accordingly. So shout out to the sponsors tonight. It's great to have, such support from people, that continuously believe in you. So shout out to the 9%. Commander, what up, 9? I didn't even see you. What up, 9? I told Commander she gotta do the recap of that little story that she posted the other day about I forgot what it was, JSR, or I think that's what it was, or something SR. I think that would be Commander's call, like calling, like, yo, just recap that. We gonna support Commander whatever she do. It's been a while since human resources been open, but y'all know, when you got other jobs, man, those jobs come first, obviously. But we miss Commander. Welcome back in, Commander. Uh, like I said, shout out to the Naeem. I suggest you go live soon. I was like, yo, cause she's like, yo, hit the link and follow this. I forgot what it was. I can't remember. It was like a JSR. Y'all gotta look at her wall, her community post. And I was like, yo, you gotta recap that because when you say stuff, it's easier to you simplify things so everybody can understand it, and you make it more meaningful. Like you make it interesting where people is going to follow it. So I like maybe that's her calling. I told that to her once before. I have faith. She always say, Brother Gary, where's the faith? I got faith in you doing that, Commander. That's Mr. 33 talking though. Wink wink. Now but yeah. But it's like I said, we winding down in the world of sports. Like I always tell y'all, we winding down. NBA get ready to close this season. We got the brackets for the men's and women get ready. They'll be over in a couple weeks. Baseball starting within the next couple of days. I'm excited. Like I said, I might do a short of me, grilling some hot dogs and burgers and stuff. Like I'm tailgating at a stadium, but I'll be home. Just to solidify baseball season. That's what y'all want to talk about. We here for that. Also, for those of y'all that's in the cuts in the background, the channel will be doing a fantasy league. We'll get more into that as the season gets closer and closer. We'll wait for we gotta let the drafts go through and the preseason and they did the free agencies and stuff like that. But we are going to do a fantasy draft. I mean a fantasy league. You will be the general manager. It won't cost you nothing. We just want to have fun with it. Y'all say y'all can be GMs. It's time for y'all to show if y'all got GM material. We will, like I said, we'll have that going forward. Before the season, just give us a couple of months so we can have everything ready. We'll figure out how we'll do the draft, how and when we'll do the draft orders, and all of that. But if you're interested, you can always hit my community wall. Say I'm interested in fantasy league, and I can give you more information as we get closer and closer to draft days and stuff like that. We're gonna do this thing. We just missed the season this year because, the channel was building up. So now as we grow together, we can start doing other things. Fantasy drafts or fantasy leagues, the NFL, fantasy league, NBA. Ain't nobody really asked about baseball. So we're not thinking about that at this particular moment. So, but that's what we're gonna do over here. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna have some fun. We're going to entertain. We're going to put the draft together. We're going to, we're going to watch our season, as well as the NFL season, the real season, how it affects our fantasy league season. We're going to do all of that on this channel. Like I said, a better you is a better us. But when we work together, the sky's the limit for us. So, when you get interested in this thing, you let me know. Like I said, we waiting to build team, have general managers together. It'd be nice to have about 5 to 6, 10, whatever. If it goes higher, it goes higher. It's up to you guys. If you want to participate, we go as many as y'all want to participate. We with it. We're excited for the NFL season, even though we're jumping the gun by a few months. But we put it out there now, so hey, they was talking about doing a fantasy draft. Maybe they'll hold on to it, and that's how we're gonna approach this going forward. So, it's a lot of work, but when you got when you got a great community, a great chat that's willing to participate in it, then we good, we straight, and we'll do that. Just like I said, to get you guys entertained, to keep you guys involved, and to keep us going. Right? Like I said, it ain't costing us $1. It's free. It's free 99. Free. So as we keep doing it this way, we get to enjoy ourselves. We get to see our geniusness. That's not a word, but I mean, people don't use that as a word, but hey, we're gonna use it today. We get to see if you know how to build a team. You know, because we cursed our favorite team general managers out. Now we got an opportunity to build our own. Let's see if we know what we're doing going forward. So but with that being said, like I said, we got all of these sports getting ready to end, and we're gonna stay on top of it. The playoffs is coming for the NBA soon. We like I said, we showing all of this stuff. So keep you abreast so that way you understand what it is. Friday night, uh, I don't know. I haven't gotten no information on if I have to make a move, but as of right now, Friday night seems to be a go. We will be recapping Friday Night SmackDown, what happened there, NBA scores, uh, the NCAA men's tournament as they start to get closer to their final eight, to their elite eight, and the women will start on Friday as well. We'll speak about those scores and stuff like that. And like I said, we just here for the duration. But shout out to everybody that came through tonight. The realest one, I appreciate you. Commander, my nine, my 33 brother, the big nine, Tay Eats, Mrs. Nine, uh, I forgot this other guy. I'm gonna go up to the list. Zhang Well, wait, I think I just butchered the man name. Uh, Zing Zang. Shout out to you for stopping by. Uh, I'm missing somebody. I know I am. Jeremiah Duran, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the words of encouragement. Appreciate you. I think that's it. Shout out to all of y'all that stopped by, came through. He said don't shout out. But I truly do appreciate y'all. Y'all encourage me to keep going, and by your encouragement, we see that other people is starting to come through and ask questions, and we have the good conversations, and I answer the questions to the best of my ability, and hopefully these guys and gals will come back and show some more love. Appreciate everybody coming through. So for the Channel 9 studio, man, this is Mr. 33 signing out. We will be back Friday unless I get some information and I have to take a trip. That could be any time. I'm not sure yet. But if I know, when I know, you know. But until then, we still will go for Friday. So Mr. 33 get ready to sign out. I appreciate everybody coming through. With that being said, we're going out. We out of here. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night, y'all.